Hello and welcome back as we continue talking about CSA concepts for architecting for security in AWS. In this lesson, we're going to talk about DDoS mitigation. Already know how to manage, which greatly help reduce and mitigate DDoS attacks. We can also set up things like a web application firewalls or a host-based or inline IDS IPS appliance. So, for example, Trend Micro offers this type of application within AWS that we can install on an EC2 instance, and we can route all traffic through an EC2 instance with this type of software installed, and that can do all sorts of custom filtering before sending traffic onto the rest of your application. So now, along with traditional approaches for DDoS attack mitigation, AWS also provides capabilities based on its own elasticity, right? So we can potentially use CloudFront to absorb DDoS flooding attacks. So a potential attacker trying to attack content behind a CloudFront distribution is likely to send most requests to the CloudFront edge location, where the AWS infrastructure will absorb the extra requests with minimal to no impact on the backend customer web server, meaning your EC2 instance. So by using CloudFront, you are in essence adding a great DDoS attack mitigation layer to your application. Now, also, and this is important to be aware of, we must have permission from AWS to do any kind of port scanning on any of our own EC2 instances. So, if we launch EC2 instances inside of our VPC, we cannot do port scanning on our own EC2 instances unless we get specific permission from AWS. If we do it without permission, we will probably get an email or a phone call from them asking us what is going on. AWS also has ingress filtering on all incoming traffic onto their own network. So they're verifying traffic that is coming onto their own network before it even reaches our section of the network or our virtual private cloud in which we are hosting our application. So there's already a level of DDoS mitigation security way out on the AWS infrastructure side before it even gets to the actual hardware that is running our application. So what's just important to remember here is that we should use the same practices that we used on our own on-premise data centers and take advantage of AWS's security groups, network access control lists, and even set up something like a host-based or inline IDS IPS appliance to do a higher level of traffic filtering. And also keep in mind that we can take advantage of something like CloudFront to really help mitigate DDoS attacks by having our data cached at edge locations as opposed to those requests always hitting our backend servers, meaning our EC2 instances. And with that, we will conclude this lesson. Thank you for watching. You may now move on.